very, very clearly when I heard that there was a college game club. I went to college at in Carbondale, Southern Illinois University. And when I heard there was a game club, I was like, oh, wow. And they meet on every Saturday at the Student Center and everything. So I walked into the room and there was 12 other gamers, and I'd never seen that many game players. It was like, it was an instant acceptance and camaraderie back in those days because, oh, you're one of us. Not in an exclusive way, not in a snobbish way or anything like that. It's like, wow, another gamer, because gaming was very sparse back then. So we played a lot of games. I learned about miniatures and that, and it was miniatures, chainmail, Gary Gygax and Jeff Perrin's wonderful set of medieval rules that led to my end up being in the industry. We played chainmail rules. And I met at the same time Tom Wong, who's also very well known. About the same time, Tom was also a member of the club. And we played together. And I believe he may have said something about having met Gary once before, because Tom had been involved with Lowry and Guidon games and whatever. And that he was a really nice guy. Okay, well, you know, who says anything else, you know? But we had a rules thing come up, and we solved it, which was, again, old school gaming, because today they'd want to consult all the accurate charts and bounce them off against each other and see what really happened. We solved it, and we went on. And I got a wild hair. So I said to myself, well, I think I'll call this guy up. Tom said he was okay, I think. So I got on the phone, and I called long distance information, as it was called then. Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. I said, you got the name, anybody by name Gygax, G-Y-G-A-X. Oh yeah, you mean Gary? I said, yeah, he's the one. So they gave me his number. Thank you. And a little later, I waited until like Saturday night after 9, whenever the rates went down, you know, back then. And I called him up. Hi, I said, I'd like to speak to Gary Gygax, please. And I don't remember if he answered or Mary answered or one of the kids. I don't remember. And hi, my name's Tim Kask. You don't know me, but I have a rules question. He goes, well, hello, Tim. You're right, I don't know you, but what do you want to talk about? I think that first phone call lasted maybe 90 minutes. Wow. We just talked about everything. I started out with the rules question. I said, well, this is what happened. And he goes, well, how'd you solve it? And I told him, he goes, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I could have easily done it that way. And Gary was always like that. He always, when you asked him a question, he wanted to know, well, how would you do it? It kind of made you, if you weren't already a thinker, he sort of made you into a thinker, which was a very disarming technique, but also made him very, it helped his overall warmth, you know, because he would always seek your input. Gary never expounded on anything. Not even when we were sitting around sipping wine and smoking cigars in his study, he never expounded. It was always a give and take, back and forth. He just wasn't that kind of guy. So we talked about the books we liked, found out we loved a lot of the same books. Some of the old great movies from the 40s and 50s, the sword and sandal stuff, Ivanhoe, all that stuff, we liked that. Okay, thanks, hey, thanks a lot. And so over the course of the next few months, I called him a couple more times, just, hey, you know, we were talking about. And so he said, yeah, we got this little thing going on up here where we can get a bunch of people together and we play games. I said, okay, well, you know, it's Gen Con. And this is 1974. And I said, oh, cool, I'll come up. Well, I lived in the Quad Cities, which is over on the western side of the state. And of course, Gen Con's on the eastern side of Wisconsin. So I had a wife, and I have a wife now still. I had a daughter, a baby daughter at the time. I thought, we'll go back on this a minute. Okay, with where I live, being on that side of the state, being this side, and being clear down to the tip, we decided, all right, we, the three of us, my wife, my daughter, and I would drive up to the Quad Cities. I'd drop them off, and I'd swing on over to Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, wherever that was, and check out whatever Gen Con was. So off I went, left early in the morning, got up there, wow, it was unbelievable to see that many people, and a couple hundred, maybe 300, I don't know, we used to lie so much about our attendance, it's hard to remember. Well, we'd lie, origins of lie, everybody, oh, we got the biggest con, no, we do. So, wow, at least several hundred gamers. I was just blown away. And of course, then I found out that when they were to stay within 75-mile radius, so it's going to be a one-day trip, all right? And he told me, you know, come on up, we'll play. So I played some games, and we had a good time, and I'm with her one day, and I met him face to face. Hi, how you doing? We talked for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, because he was really busy running the con. Back I went. And I came up there again, and all this time, we'd been talking because when I went back, I took the 3 little brown books and a set of polyhedral dice. And because I had played in 2 adventures, the first one ended very badly. We were encased in some sort of impervious lucite stuff. Though of course we never used the word lucite. It's a funny thing about role-playing, when you're trying to describe lucite, you can't call it that. This hard, shiny, impermeable stuff that you can see through. You know, that could be glass, could be lucite. Anyway, we were in the whole party was encased, and we were cut up into little 1.5-inch cubes like paperweights. That was my first D&D experience. And then the whole time I'm sitting in the back, you know, just being quiet, watching the, going, well, thanks a lot, guys. He's got me carved up into cubes. So, and I believe it was Rob Koontz running the game. Because it was, I'm pretty sure it was, I can't swear it, but it was a younger kid from the area that was going to be running a game, and Gary had told me that he had a couple of kids from the area who were going to be running games. Yeah, okay. So about an hour after my first disaster, come through the thing again, it's starting to get dark, and I go, okay, one more game, and I gotta drive back because I got nowhere to stay. So we played another game. I played Dwarf, and back then, to get people interested in that, we didn't give them all level 1s, you know, we'd give you a level, yeah, you're a level 4, you know, whatever. Because it was all real seat of the pants. Right. The only thing prepared usually was the map. Everything else is, yeah, be what you want to be, you know, it didn't matter. There weren't any character sheets or any of that kind of stuff, you know, we had to invent those later. And so we mucked about and killed a bunch of stuff and had, you know, narrow misses. And then we found this, we rescued this dying dwarf. And of course, I was the only dwarf in the party, so I was the only one that could talk to him, because that was back when languages were, you know, more, Gary was playing with people with languages. If you didn't know common, you couldn't talk to anybody else, you know, that type of thing. And so, long story short, the dwarf was some high-level war dude that had like 96 retainers back at the keep, you know, whatever. It was a big dude, and I just inherited the title. The point of that is that the original goal of D&D back in the old 3 books was an extension of miniatures, and that you went out and did all these deeds of daring do for the purpose of amassing money as well as experience. But the money was every bit as important, because the whole point was to build a keep, build a castle, have your 80 men-at-arms and your 20 crossbowmen and your flunky wizard and your 2 pet clerics and all that. Grab all the land around you as you possibly can and declare yourself the Duke. Okay, that was the game. You retired that character, you started again. That was the game. That was the win. There actually was a win very, very early. Vaguely defined, but it was a win. So that's what you wanted to do. So that was like, wow, I mean, that's an instant win. You know, I just got everything. And I took it back, and I immediately infected group.